What's up, guys? Living Survival. Today we got part 3 of Prepared to Survive, my Get Home bag. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so for me, the Get Home bag or 24-hour bag is a bag that I leave in my vehicle. It would allow me to get home within that 24 to 48 hour period and sustain survival with the contents of this pack. In the case of a natural disaster, shit hits the fan scenario, maybe a vehicle breakdown, fire, something like that, roads being closed, tornado, anything like that where you're not at home and you would need to basically walk and get home. So the contents of this pack would definitely help you be more comfortable and help you sustain. Also, there's other items in the bag that if you did have to stay overnight somewhere, set up a temporary shelter, you could also do that with the contents of this bag. Now, another thing that I mentioned in my other videos, my personal survival kit. This is a kit that can also go in or on my Get Home bag or my bug out bag and bring these essentials with me as well. So if you're interested in seeing what's in this, go to part 2, my personal survival kit. And again, this is an item that I could easily stow in this bag, take with me, or attach to the bag in the case I had to exit my vehicle and make it home. Another essential item is boots. I leave these in the vehicle. I don't always have boots on. Sometimes I'll have flip-flops on or tennis shoes or something like that. You really want a good pair of hiking boots in the event that you have to hike for miles to get home. So let's get into the contents of the pack. Before I do that, I also obviously have several EDC items like my watch, which has a compass and temperature on it, tells the time, date, things like that. Paracord bracelet that's always on me. And then generally I'll have a knife or a multi-tool such as the Leatherman Wave. Another item I have on me at all times is my cell phone. Great for apps such as maps, things like that. In the event that cellular service is down, you could still use the apps on the phone, granted that you have a charge, and I have a way to do that within the pack. But also great for communication if you do have cellular service. So in the pack here, it's a Maxpedition Typhoon 2, and has MOLLE webbing and things like that. It has a couple different modular accessories on the side. On this side there's a flashlight holder, and I keep a Fenix PD35 ultra bright flashlight in there at all times. Helpful in the vehicle, but also definitely helpful in a get home bag situation. Then right below that I have sort of my other electronics. I have some extra batteries for the flashlight. I also have a Baofeng radio. This radio is going to be very helpful in the event of a natural disaster because you could tune in to local public service. So if roads are closed or something like that, you want to hear what police and fire are doing, this little handheld radio will allow you to do it. Now, without a ham license, you can't transmit on this radio unless it's an emergency. So an emergency situation, you can use the channels to transmit on this. Otherwise, you'd need a ham license. But there is no license required to just monitor. So you could monitor weather on this, as well as local police, fire, and public safety. So great item to have in a get home bag. Alright, so on the straps of this pack I carry a Mora Companion. Great knife, would allow for food prep, for some light batoning, and wood making. I have a little stove in here, so I could definitely process up some small firewood and be able to do that as well. On this side I have a Maxpedition dump pouch. Very handy for collecting things along the way. Maybe you need to collect, a plastic bottle for a container, or maybe you want to collect some tinder to be able to start a fire at some point should you have to stay the night out. So dump pouch is really handy. And then in this lower pouch, this is the Maxpedition Barnacle, I keep a little fire kit. So I have some some waterproof tinder in here. I have a lighter, also have a ferrocerium rod. So a couple different ways to start fire. Now in a get home situation, a 24-hour bag situation, I really don't plan on having to need a fire. I really don't plan on shelter. And technically, you can go without water and food for that period of time. However, food is essential to keep your energy up, and water also, will fight off dehydration, which would, keep you alert and things like that. So let's get into the contents of the pack. Up top here, I have a few different things. I have a waterproof case. This is helpful for putting pages of a map in or something, important documents or anything else that you would need to keep waterproof. Great little pouch for that. Also have a Rite in the Rain notepad. If you have to leave someone a message or something like that, this is great because the paper is waterproof. Also have a weatherproof pen, and then I have a compass. In the admin section here, I always carry my concealed weapons, the 23 40 caliber. I also have an extra magazine for that, so that comes with me in the get home bag. In the front here, in the back, I have some bungees, helpful for strapping things to your pack that you might collect along the way. Maybe extra clothes, maybe you have a sweatshirt and you want to take that off or something, so you can definitely use these to strap that to your pack. I have an additional multi-tool. This is the Leatherman rebar, so definitely handy to have, especially in an urban environment where you might have to unscrew some things, pop some cans open, pry some things open, things like that. I have some mosquito spray and some sunblock. Definitely helpful if you're going to be walking for a while. I also usually have a boonie hat or at least a baseball cap or something like that. If not, I have the Shemagh, which I can definitely use as a head wrap. Use it to filter dirt and debris out of water. So the Shemagh is also part of this kit and very useful. So I also have some Gorilla Tape in here. 1,000 uses for that. Have some cordage in here. I think this is about 50 feet of paracord. There's another 1,000 uses for this. Definitely necessary to carry with you. And then in the front pouch here I have a medical kit. This has moleskin, this has some aspirin, some Tylenol, and then a bunch of different bandages and things like that. It's a pretty light weight medical kit, but for 24 hours, that's all I really think that I'm going to need. I also have some clotting gauze just in case you get maybe you slip and fall and you gash your leg open or your arm open or something. This will help stop the bleeding. And then definitely if you're going to be walking for a long time, moleskin comes in handy. You can prevent those blisters, and if you do get blisters or cuts or something on your feet, just cover it up with some of this moleskin and you'll be that much more comfortable. And for me, comfort is the key. Alright, so going into the main area of the pack here, I have a map of Michigan. This is a laminated map, so it is going to stay waterproof, and this will help you should you need to find your way around and maybe your cell phone doesn't have signal or you run out of battery or something, so you can't use the maps or the GPS on that. For food, I got some bacon jerky, great stuff. And again, food's not really a necessity, but it's definitely going to help keep your energy up, keep you alert. I have some Cliff Bars. I got a few more of those, so it's definitely handy to have because it's going to help you keep your awareness, keep you alert, keep your energy up so that you can keep going. And again, it's all about comfort for me. Another piece of electronics that I have here is a Goal Zero solar panel. This is one of their smallest solar panels. It doesn't charge very fast, but this will definitely help you get that little additional charge on your cell phone if you did need to make a call or something like that, or if you did need to look at the maps. It also has this battery backup in here that you can hook the solar panel right into, and it'll charge this, and then you can also daisy chain your cell phone right in to just give you that extra charge on your cell phone. Not necessarily a necessity, but definitely at this size, I can definitely afford to pack it in. Alfie's going to love these. These are DuPont gloves. They are Kevlar protected, so they're definitely highly cut resistant and things like that. Always good to have a pair of gloves, especially in an urban environment where you might, maybe a tornado went through and there's a lot of, broken things, glass, nails, things like that sticking out. You're definitely going to want a pair of gloves with you. For water filtration, I have this Life Straw bottle. It basically has a Life Straw built right into the bottle itself. So you could fill up this bottle from any questionable water source, pond, stream, river, lake, you know, rainwater, things like that, and it's going to filter out 99.9% of the contaminants. And again, in a get home situation, you know, this is pretty much all I'm going to need. I do have a portable stove that I can boil some water on. That's a Bushcraft Essentials stove. And then I have this titanium cup that nests with the Life Straw bottle, and so I could also use that to boil water or cook up some tea or some coffee or something like that if I needed that along the way. Also carry a titanium spork. So in here I have an extra set of socks, crucial again for if you're walking a long way. You know, you might get wet socks, or you might just want a fresh pair of socks. That'll definitely keep your comfort level up. I have some Gold Bond powder and some pocket tissue, really helpful if you have to go to the bathroom or something like that. I carry this instead of toilet paper just because it's a lot smaller and essentially does the same thing. And then in this last compartment here, I have a 1 quart bag, helpful for, you know, keeping anything waterproof as well as carrying water. So maybe you need some additional water that you want to carry, you can do that in one of these bags. I have a rain poncho. This is Ultimate Survival Technologies rain poncho. And then I have an emergency blanket. I don't carry a bivvy or anything like that. I don't carry a tarp in my get home bag. But this basically covers both of those. You can use it as a shelter, you can use it as a ground tarp, you can use it to cover up your gear, but you can also use it to wrap yourself in if you need some additional heat. So especially in the summertime, this is all I take with me. In the wintertime, I might switch it out for like a thermal bivvy or something like that, and you know, have an actual tarp shelter in there as well. But in the summertime, this is all I carry in there. So I've pretty much got all my bases covered. I've got my communication, I've got my cordage, I've got my cutting tools, I've got my container, I've got combustion in the form of a fire kit. So, you know, whether I need to boil up water to you know, to sanitize it or purify it, you know, I do always have the Life Straw, so that's going to come in handy without having to boil water. But I could definitely boil up some water for some coffee or some tea or something like that along the way. I have enough food for a couple days that could last me and keep my energy up. You know, I have a map and, you know, the phone and the compass as far as navigation goes. I have electronics, I have a ham radio, and also a way to charge my cell phone if I need that extra bit of charge. I have some medical supplies to keep you, you know, your cuts and bruises and things like that up along the way. And like I said, I also carry my personal survival kit. If I forget this, no big deal, but it has a lot of good stuff in here too, a lot of redundancy. And again, I do have another video on that if you want to see that. So the pack itself, a Maxpedition Typhoon 2, it you know, it has the very heavy-duty material, heavy-duty zippers, dual stitched everything. Like I said, I can use the bungees to lash things on the outside. You know, maybe a blanket, or, you know, like I said, if I have a sweatshirt or a raincoat or something on and I don't need it, if I have to shed some layers, I can definitely hook that onto the outside, or hook anything else, maybe some firewood or something I want to pick up along the way and carry with me. I can lash that to the outside. So very handy there as well, and Maxpedition makes great packs for get home bags. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on what I carry in my 24-hour bag or my get home bag. Definitely, you know, debatable what you want to put in here, but for me, you know, it covers the basics and the things that would make me most comfortable and make me most productive should I have to get home stranded from somewhere and have to leave my vehicle. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think and what you guys would carry in your get home bag. Make sure you stay tuned for part 4, my bug out bag. That's going to be the big bug out bag video, the 72-hour bag, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to check out parts 1 and 2, my EDC and my personal survival kit, make sure you subscribe and go back to my videos and take a look at those as well. I'm going to provide a link below to my Amazon store. Anything you purchase through that portal helps me and my channel out a little bit. You get the same exact prices that you would just by searching Amazon. It's no different. It's just I get a little commission if I refer you guys there. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it. Make sure you leave me some comments below. And as always, guys, subscribe for more videos.